Rey Vargas was back, another extremely tall guy at 126. He came back from a broken leg as well, which we talked about before we started recording. Breaking your leg in the mountains, I feel like it's one of the last places you want to break your leg.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
But he was back. He looked good. I don't think you're gonna watch a Rey Vargas fight typically and be bored.
Where's the
second best fight of the night?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
It was one where, and we've talked about this before, where it's not the quality of the fight sometimes, but it's the almost predictability. Like if you keep seeing the same thing every round, where that doesn't get boring, but you're just like, okay, like I know what's gonna happen in this round because it happened in the last round, it happened in the last round, it happened in the last round. So I think that fight got to that point a little bit just because Vargas was able just to touch him up. He wore some big shots though. He was light and dude up, but he was wearing some shots himself.
I thought he was a little sharper in the first half of that fight than the second half, Vargas was. And even though he's undefeated and had a number of title defenses of 122, me and you talked about him fighting Navarrete. I would favor Navarrete in that fight. And again, no disrespect to Vargas, who's a good fighter, and he has such a great trainer in Nacho Beristain. But I just get the sense watching this guy that when someone's able to really step inside of those long arms and get in range, he's going to get KO'd. And it can be a brutal KO because he's a tall guy, and sometimes that chin stays up, is used to using his length against smaller guys in these lower weights. And I just feel like an Oscar Valdez or someone like, or Emmanuel Navarrete could maybe take him out. So, but until then, I think he's 37-0 now.
Wow.
Yeah, can't really complain much about the record, but yeah, I would agree. And I think maybe at 126, the power will get there, but it wasn't there really yesterday. It was a lot of offense, it was a very one-sided fight, so let's not pretend like it wasn't. But kind of projecting out, I think the power needs to get there because of what you're saying, where he was getting hit with some shots, and I'm like, I don't know, better guy might be doing some damage on you here, but he wants to fight Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah,
how
he
you feel about that?
Himself.
Yeah.
First off, where are we gonna find him?
Oh, they're gonna find him in Maryland for sure. I don't know how that fight goes. I think Gary wins. So let me preface with that. But I'm not sure how it goes in the sense of if Gary's able just to get underneath his long arms, like Zeitel said, and kind of just work on the inside. But because obviously Gary isn't that tall, but I think Gary wins. I would like to see it. It would be, again, all action fight for sure.
I think Gary's athletic enough to get inside.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Is that his DNA? Is that his DNA? Like, is Gary Russell a pressure fighter? Even though we know if he's in there, he's got beautiful hand speed and combinations. He could tear people's ass up when he does his thing. But is it in his DNA to be like Canelo last night and go forward and go stalk the taller guy and get inside with it? I think his DNA is more, a speedy guy who boxes a little bit. He explodes with combinations, but I just wonder if that's something Gary's, would be comfortable doing stylistically.
Yeah, I wonder if it would almost have to be out of necessity though. If he's fighting a guy that has that kind of reach and is that tall, if he maybe started out on the outside and is like, I can do what Gary Russell always does, and then at some point maybe he says, all right, I can't just be on the end of these shots all night. I got to get inside. But it'll be a fun fight. Who knows? Of course. Who the hell knows if Gary Russell's going to fight him? Who the hell knows what Gary Russell's going to do? We're always tuned in.
He still haven't got stripped yet, huh?
No, I'm telling you, right when he gets the message, right when he gets the letter that says you have to defend your title, he's like, he stretches out, cracks his knuckles, and he's
just
like, all right.
Enough.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm good. I'm well rested. He hibernates.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG, Ant with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.